Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not a children's card game.
And that's the topic for today's video. Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't care what Konami advertises it as. It's not for kids. And here's why.
First thing first, it's a bunch of grown-ass men trapped in a big-ass box with no air conditioning, playing cardboard and hating each other.
That's like the entirety. But yeah, like the thing is with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not like a lot of people say like it's not a children's card game because it's expensive and because it's complicated, and those are both true. But the fact of the matter is, a child being in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card shop is a bad experience.
For the child.
It exposes you to horrible things.
Yeah.
One of the key things I don't like, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players smoke. Nothing against you if you smoke. Like I know some people that just like their release. But a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, they smoke. They win their round or lose their round, go outside in front of the shop, smoke. Oh, I got sacked. I would have won if this, that, and the other. And it doesn't really look good. Like that's sort of like a bad habit and a bad thing to show like the 7-year-old who just walked in.
Exactly. And so this video is not us bashing anybody that does any of the things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
The video is specifically just saying that it's pretty much just enforcing the fact that this is not a kid's game. Like, no matter if you're a person who does not play Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I'm pretty sure most or all of our viewers should be. If you're a person that does not play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you hear the word Yu-Gi-Oh! And we tell you what it is, you automatically think that it's a children's card game. You guys are playing their little kids game. So because you don't know what it's based on, you don't know anything about it. So this video is specifically just saying that these are reasons why it's not for children. Like I would never bring my kids to a YCS, and these are the reasons why. And like you said, there's smokers. Like you said, we have nothing against the smokers. It's just that I don't want my kids, my niece, and nephew, anybody around smoke. I mean, they might have asthma with their children. We don't want them getting sick. Also, we don't want them picking up a habit that they don't need.
And another thing, you hear some bad words at local card shops. You really do.
That's true.
I mean, and like cussing is usually like a lot of people end up doing it over time. But I mean, you hear cussing, racial slurs, sexist jokes.
Yeah. It goes on and on. And I'm guilty of all of the above, but I don't do it around kids. I mean, there's all of the time and place. And the thing is, we have a lot of decent people in the game as well as a lot of assholes. But the thing is, sometimes we just get too comfortable. We get too wrapped up in what we're doing that we don't think about the fact that there's a little 3-year-old sitting right behind us with their parents who came to watch their child or whatever.
Yeah, we've had at our shop people get parents complain and just be scared away from the place because there's someone just over there just cussing up a storm and saying this word, that word, and
it gets pretty bad. These are things like I say, if you wouldn't bring your kids around this, and don't be one of those people that says I'm bringing my kids around it because they need to experience real life.
No, don't.
Yeah, we understand they need to experience real life, but let that be at a decent age.
Right.
Like I said, actually, I'm guilty of all the above. I make sex jokes, I make race jokes, I curse a lot. I do all of the above. Like I said,
He also knows how to
turn it off.
Yeah.
When there's a kid around, we should be cool. I mean, it's a game, and it's not a children's game, but it's a game that we should be playing for fun, and we still have to be respectful in the fact that we're doing it. So, like I said, a lot of, and like you said, it makes parents angry, and they don't want to bring their kids around. So the shop ends up losing business because of this kind of thing, and we're not seeing how it affects the game state and the community as a whole. We're only thinking of, oh man, they need to grow up. Yeah, that's not really the opinion that we need to be throwing around at this exact point.
Another thing, money becomes way too big of a deal when you come to these card shops, and that's not something that kids need to be seeing.
Yeah.
It's really not. Yes, money becomes a big object when you are involved in Yu-Gi-Oh! When you go to these card shops, people, like for a kid, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are like, oh, you collect them, oh, like you're trying to get the best ones. But when you come to a card shop, you see a bunch of people throwing money around. 20 for this? How much you value this? And like kids don't need to see that. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need to the game gets turned into like just what stuff's worth.
Right, a business thing that, and it's supposed to be a game, so it's supposed to be for fun. And another thing on the money issue as well is that people will rip a child off. Like a child will pull a good card in their pack, and a person will give this fanboy a Blue Eyes White Dragon for this Draco sack because they know he's gonna take it, and I think that's totally unfair. So you wouldn't want anybody to rip your child off, and not even just in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, but just in general, you wouldn't want to be ripped off. So why are you ripping off another person's child? So this child should not be subjected to such betrayal, if I may say, because we're fucking idiots.
Yeah, and like, what are other bad things that just happen at card shops that you just kind of don't?
Bad hygiene. That's one thing that people have to teach their children at an early age and growing up. You know, of course, being potty trained, brushing your teeth, washing your ass, and I can think of 1,000 adults in a Yu-Gi-Oh game that do the exact opposite of everything their parents taught them when they were children. And once again, if this does not pertain to you, do not be offended. But if it does, wash your ass, because I'm not afraid that I said it. Just that, I mean, I don't think anybody should be around. First off, anytime I'm in a box with no air, and it's a whole bunch of dudes, and
Box with no air.
you know, because most of these places don't fucking have the air conditioning.
That's
But
true.
if I'm in a box with no air and you guys are not washing your ass, like, that's always gonna be an issue for me. That's always gonna be an issue for me. Like, I mean, and you stink. So I'm pretty sure if I smell it, the child smells it. And I'm sorry, that shit makes me sick. So I'm pretty sure I feel bad for the little kids. And also, we don't want these kids thinking though it's okay. Oh man, I stayed up all night playing Yu-Gi-Oh and getting prepared for this regional, so I didn't have a chance to shower.
It's okay, my friends didn't do it.
Right. So yeah, if my friends didn't do it, I didn't have to either. We play so hard so that we can top. This 8-year-old does not even know that it's okay for them not to shower because they were too busy playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, because kids are impressionable, and I'm saying,
Right.
and what we show them and what they see, that's what they're gonna take and they're gonna retain. And once they retain it, we don't want them to actually project that because they've seen it. We don't want that to become a part of their daily habits in their life. Because now we just fucked up this parent's child and she doesn't even know why, and it's all
Right.
because of us.
I've seen I've seen that happen. Kids start smoking. Kids start not caring about their hygiene. I think, honestly, I mean, just sort of as a wrap up of everything, it's what he said. Like, it's a bunch of grown men in a card shop, and something I find is that just kids being in there, you see a lot of negative emotions. Like there's a lot of anger in card shops, a lot of salt, a lot of like
Yeah.
talking behind someone's back, a lot of like, you know, the idea that people are only like there to be given the shaft. It's people are only worth what cards they have, or only worth how much they top, and like, you know, this, that, and the other. It's like I'm not trying to be like lovey-dovey and all, but like friendship isn't even like, you know, like Yu-Gi-Oh is just all about
It's not present in the game at all for most. Like, I mean, these are children. They shouldn't be subjected to such things. Like, so we have arrogance, we have anger. I mean, we have people who just straight
There's
assholes.
all
Just
jealousy
because,
and-
yeah, there's jealousy. I mean, there's just
theft.
another thing.
Yeah,
Theft is huge, and of course we can't.
And when a kid gets his stuff stolen, that's the worst feeling to me. Like, I feel really bad. Like that, it just shouldn't.
I want to beat somebody. Like if I was like if my friend had something stolen, I'm gonna help him look for it. I'm gonna feel bad for him. But if you see a kid over here crying because somebody stole his stuff, man, it's time to start fucking people up. Like, just be completely
That's
honest.
not like that. That's just because.
And it happens.
Yeah, and people don't have shame.
They have no shame
Like,
whatsoever.
people just don't have shame. Well, he had it. He should have watched this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's not.
Meet me in a
That is not good.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's true, 'cause the game, it's not even just the game. Like I said, it's not the game itself; it's the people in the game. Like I said, and I've met a lot of great people, and a lot of the great people that I've met are also guilty of most of the things that we've covered in this video. Once again, I'm
Right.
guilty of a lot of it as well. It's just that, like I said, you got to know when it's appropriate to do it. You know what I mean? And if it's not a kids game, Yu-Gi-Oh has not been a kids game in forever, since they even started the whole thing about tiers and things like that. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh has not been a kids game. At the same time, kids think it's a kids game. So
Right.
kids want to play it, and just like we like to invite new players to the scene, that should also be kids, because most of these kids that are playing if they're little, they're gonna grow up and want to continue to play, but only if they get the good feedback from us. So these are the future Yu-Gi-Oh players, and we have to make sure that they
Right.
get.
Don't
the
turn them into slops that we are.
Yeah, don't turn. Pretty much don't turn them into us. Well, I'm sorry, I can't say us. Don't turn them into
them,
y'all
yeah,
or them,
I
whoever,
mean,
because I'm not a slob.
It's like a bunch of like adults acting like children. That's
Acting
usually
worse
what
than
it
kids.
ends up. Anywho.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm not even lie. I'm not even asking you to change your behavior. I'm just letting you know that we notice you, and I wouldn't bring the kids around you. Fuck you.
If you like the video,
POP, hold it down. Pimp Squad for life, baby.
what?
Frank Deasy,
I'm so sheltered. Oh my goodness.
Mama, I love you.
If you like the video, please leave a comment, share it. He'll respond. I'll respond. Wait, well, he won't respond.
Unless you spell my name right.
Yeah. So.
Trell.
And also share the video with your friends, because your friends probably need to see it if you don't. And subscribe for more great Yu-Gi-Oh content. And tell us what we should talk about next.
And what we can do to make this more kid friendly
Yeah.
and girl friendly as well, because we need more girls. We need more pretty girls in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Speaking of girls, we gotta get what's her name in that.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can do that. So, Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch y'all later.
I am legally blind. I did not drive no getaway car.
Or videos. It tires you out sometimes, doesn't it?
So all the little stuff I just said, you gotta leave in the video. They'll know why, even if you don't. Yeah. I'm surprised you don't. It's been all over the place.
I haven't kept up with the news. I've just read nothing about Ebola and.
That's fine. They'll understand.